Well, as we told you that Trump is choosing his team, with Susie Wiles appointed first woman chief of staff. Indian Americans like Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard are also being considered for important posts. DD India correspondent Amritpal Singh tells us more from outside Mar-a-Lago, where all the buzz is taking place.
Oh, Donald Trump is right behind me here at Mar-a-Lago, closeted with his team of strategists to choose his next team or his cabinet. Major appointments. As you know, President Biden has already invited him to the White House, which he said that he'll be doing that shortly. He hasn't done it as of now. That's almost customary here. The incumbent president invites the president-elect to work with him as a transition team. What happens here is that the president-elect becomes the president only in January next year. There's a whole process of electors being confirmed by the Secretary of States of the states, and then that being sent to the Congress, where the Senate President formally on the 6th of January announces the electors, and the President is chosen and he takes over in January. But during that period, the transition team works closely with the current team. In that sense, Joe Biden has become a lame duck president. He cannot take major decisions without consulting Donald Trump and his team. So the transition team will take over, but he's choosing his team. In a first appointment today, he named Susan Wiles, the first woman chief of staff at the White House. She's a close loyalist of Donald Trump, was his chief campaign manager. He referred to her in his victory speech, calling her Ice Baby, which means that she is somebody who keeps in the background, doesn't show up much either on media or publicly, but handled her campaign very effectively. So he's rewarded her. The 67-year-old becomes the first woman chief of staff at the White House. There are other appointments being considered. Kash Patel is one of them. He could be, he's being considered, as we hear in media reports and political circles, for the CIA director. There are many names doing rounds for the AG's post or the Attorney General's post, because that's going to be very, very important given the legal cases against Donald Trump, and would want to work with the courts to see that those cases are dropped. Though once he becomes president, Donald Trump gets presidential immunity, but he would want the cases to be dropped. So AG is a very important post. We hear Eric Schmidt's name doing rounds. These are, of course, all speculations and unofficial and not announced as of now. The other names doing rounds are Tulsi Gabbard. Elon Musk could head the new Department of Government Efficiency, where he would look at cutting $2 trillion from the federal budget to bring in efficiency into the government. That could mean a lot of loss of jobs. He could apply his hardcore corporate style of functioning on the government to see that government becomes more efficient. So right now what is happening is there is a lot of jockeying going on to get into Donald Trump's team.
All right, and moving on, despite spearheading successful campaigns, Susan Wiles has maintained a low profile. While she may relatively less experience in holding official posts, Wiles has been a well-known face in Republican circles. Based out of Florida, Wiles led Trump's campaigns in 2016 and 2020. She also managed Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' winning campaign in 2018. In 2012, she managed former Utah Governor Jon Huntsman's presidential bid. She also worked as a scheduler in Ronald Reagan's successful presidential campaign in 1980.